I saw a sign the other day that said home is where you park it. When you live in a vehicle, is it really where you park it? What if I park in front of a grocery store? I guess in essence it is, but where you actually park does affect your home feel. I guess I personally don't feel home in front of a grocery store. No matter where I parked in the city, I was out of place. I didn't just feel out of place, I am out of place. The neighbors knew I didn't live there. My van is not owned by any of the neighbors. It didn't matter whether I was in a neighborhood full of homes, apartment complexes with tons of street parking, an industrial area, or a rural zone where semi-trucks park. The fact is, I'm not known by the locals nor part of the daily scenery. And you can count on the people calling the authorities. They don't know who I am and are simply afraid. Am I casing the neighborhood, selling drugs, or a PI on a stakeout? Heaven forbid the homeless people start moving in. Not in my neighborhood, go someplace else. Most people's experience with homeless population leads them to believe that they will dirty their streets, increase theft and crime, dealing with people with mental, drug, or alcohol problems. They're unaware of the large population of working people in vehicles who are not homeless, just houseless. They are saving money to buy a home or a new vehicle, attending school, or maybe working an unpaid internship in hopes of securing that high-paying job. We are all out here for so many different reasons, and there is no way for them to know my reason. Since it is illegal for any vehicle to be considered a domicile, the authorities will automatically direct you to the nearest shelter. I've defaulted simply informing them I'm just traveling through on my way to insert whatever destination here. Remember too that they also profile. So I have to keep my vehicle clean, my person clean, and therefore detours the homeless person tag. I try to avoid parking in cities for this reason. Being woken up at 2 a.m., told to move, and having to drive when you're half asleep is dangerous. I'm not sure exactly why they put people at such risk just to make them move to another street. I'm a deep sleeper and can't function very well until after my first cup of coffee. I was yelled at by a security officer one time who pounded on my door at a Pilot truck stop. He said they have a 4-hour limit for non-CDL drivers and I needed to go now, even though I was parked in the car lot, not the truck lot, which was in the back. Nor did he ever ask me if I even had a CDL. I expressed to him I was simply in town for a doctor's appointment down the street first thing in the morning. He didn't seem to care and yelled at me again. It was very difficult for me to comprehend where I was driving being half asleep. A very unnecessary situation on my part, but understandable since the homeless vehicle population was taking advantage of the lot and I was just another vehicle dweller in his eyes. When I left the stress of the city streets, I found the most camp areas close to the city. About 5-10 miles out were where most homeless vehicle dwellers go. Their parking spot is surrounded by personal items, trash, and in disarray. Their vehicles, usually older, not maintained, and in need of lots of work. They all seem to know each other, so I avoid encroaching on their vibe. The further out I went, the more camper, nomadic groups I found. It's the place where all vehicle dwellers know you are just like them. Travelers, campers, weekenders, and outdoor enthusiasts. No one will come knocking on your door for at least 10 to 16 days, depending on where you go. It can be a very relaxing place if you're wanting to get a good night's sleep without any worry of having to move. I love waking up, letting the dog out, and enjoying a nice cup of coffee while watching the wildlife and contemplating life. Many of these places also have lots of unoccupied trailers. I think they're locals using public lands as free storage. only to show up every few weeks to move them. I could be wrong. Most places do have rules about leaving any vehicle uninhabited for more than 48 hours, but I think they've caught on to this game. If you have a real off-road vehicle, going further back in on the side roads is where you find true solitude. There are very few people, generators, or weekenders with lots of kids. A nature enthusiast paradise for sure. I love out-of-the-way places. Sometimes I enjoy camping in areas that are busy too. Watching people barbecue, fish, and kids creating memories they'll tell stories about for years to come. It reminds me of the excitement when exploring and discovering your world. Being in a place like that is a truly spiritual experience because it's free from distractions. Sometimes there is no cell service, plane traffic, or loud vehicles racing through the trails. Each place I've camped comes with its own description of peace. Some places have no birds, while others are full of them. Some places have no trees and are truly silent. Others are full of trees, filling the air with the hiss of the wind blowing through them. I'm still trying to master earning money online while on the road, so with the gold rush boom of the online world, it's a lot easier to attain, provided you're not old school like me, born into the 9-to-5 world being the only secure source of income. It's a hard perspective to change, but yeah, that's another video. Whether you park in the city or not, each place has its own set of challenges and benefits. The city is best when imminent weather comes in. Not having to deal with snow, mud, or torrential downpours is nice. The convenience of resources such as coffee, showers, your job, or grocery stores. But being in nature allows more personal freedom for me and my dog. It's also nice to be able to open your doors and windows if it's hot, which is a little more difficult to do in the city. Connecting with nature is wonderful. It just takes a little longer to get there. Home, in my opinion, is not just where I park my oasis on wheels, but in my heart, my mind, and my connection with nature. I don't really feel at home parked on a sidewalk in a busy city. When you park in nature, you are quiet and you blend in. Nature accepts you as part of its own. Now, you are home. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Traveler2169 signing out.